Every culture celebrates a bride's journey in its own magical way, from quiet, candle-lit streets in Europe to colorful, music-filled paths in Asia, from ancient horse carriages to sleek modern limousines. In some places, the bride walks alone, her heart full of hope. In others, she is surrounded by family, music, and blessings. But no matter where it happens, this journey marks one of the most important steps in a woman's life. The moment she leaves her old world and walks toward her new one. And as we travel through these traditions, you will not only explore the world, but also improve your English. You will see how the same moment, the bride's departure, is described differently across cultures. For example, in English, you might say, "She walked slowly down the aisle," while in another country's story, it could be, "She stepped gracefully toward the altar." These small changes in words create big changes in meaning. You will notice how adjectives like slowly, gracefully, or nervously add emotion. You will compare formal wedding words like ceremony and celebration and learn how to use each correctly. By the end, you will not only know the traditions, but also speak about them with rich, beautiful English. So get ready. From the deserts of Africa to the snowy towns of Europe, from the temples of Asia to the beaches of the Americas, the bride's journey will show you the world's beauty and teach you the power of English storytelling. The journey of the bride. Traditions around the world. Part 1. South Asia. In South Asia, the journey of the bride from her home to the wedding hall is not just a short trip. It is one of the most emotional and important moments of the entire wedding. In countries like India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, this moment is called rukhsati in some places and barat in others. It is filled with music, tears, and blessings. The day starts with excitement and nervousness. The bride wakes up knowing that this will be her last morning in her parents' home. Her sisters, cousins, and friends surround her, helping her get ready. She wears a heavily embroidered dress, often in red, maroon, or gold, because these colors are believed to bring happiness and good fortune. Her jewelry is carefully placed, her makeup done with care, and a delicate veil covers her head. Every detail is meant to make her look like a queen. Outside, the groom's side prepares for their grand arrival. This is called the barat, a lively procession where the groom arrives with his family and friends. In many places, they come with loud music, drum beats, and sometimes even fireworks. The groom may ride in a decorated car, on a horse, or in very traditional weddings, in a carriage. The sound of the drums can be heard from far away, announcing to everyone that a wedding is taking place. When the groom arrives, there is often a warm welcome from the bride's family. Sometimes flower garlands are placed around his neck, and sweet drinks are served. In some traditions, playful customs take place, like blocking the groom's way until he gives money or gifts to the bride's sisters. These light-hearted moments make the day more memorable. After the wedding ceremony is complete, the most emotional moment arrives, the ruksati. This is when the bride leaves her parents' home to begin a new life with her husband. Her parents give her their blessings, often with tears in their eyes. The mother might hold her daughter tightly, reluctant to let go, while the father gives her final words of advice. The bride then walks slowly toward the waiting car, usually holding her husband's hand or supported by her brothers. In some places, the holy book, the Quran in Muslim families, is held above her head as she steps out, as a symbol of blessings and protection. Friends and relatives shower her with rose petals, and music plays softly in the background. As the car drives away, the bride looks back one last time at the home where she grew up. Her family waves, some smiling through tears, others openly crying. This moment, full of both sadness and joy, marks the beginning of her journey to the wedding hall and to her new life. Part 2. The Middle East. In many Middle Eastern countries, the bride's journey to the wedding hall is one of the most joyful and colorful parts of the celebration. It is not only about moving from one place to another. It is about sharing happiness with everyone along the way. Families take great pride in making this journey beautiful, loud, and unforgettable. The day begins with the bride getting ready, surrounded by her closest women, her mother, sisters, and friends. Her dress can be a traditional long gown with golden embroidery, or a modern white wedding dress with lace and pearls. Jewelry is often bright and shiny, sometimes made of pure gold, and perfumes with rich scents fill the room. Every detail is chosen with love and care, because this moment will be remembered for a lifetime. Outside, preparations for the convoy take place. The groom's family and friends decorate a line of cars with flowers, ribbons, and sometimes colorful cloth. The bride's car, usually the most beautiful, is placed at the front. Some families choose a luxury car, others a decorated old classic, but both carry the same meaning. This is a special day. When the bride steps outside, relatives gather for emotional goodbyes. Her mother may kiss her forehead with tears in her eyes. Her father might whisper blessings, and younger siblings run around, half excited and half sad. These moments are a mix of happiness for her new beginning and sadness for her leaving home. As the convoy starts, car horns echo through the streets, not in frustration, but in celebration. In many cities, people hearing the sound immediately understand. A wedding is happening. Passers-by wave, smile, and sometimes even clap as the cars go by. Music is an important part of this journey. Traditional drums like the tabla or darbuka are played, filling the air with deep, joyful rhythms. In some places, professional musicians lead the convoy, walking ahead or riding in the first car. Inside the bride's car, friends sing traditional wedding songs, clap their hands, and record the journey to share later with family and friends who could not attend. Photographers and videographers often follow in another car or ride alongside on motorbikes, capturing every smile, tear, and laugh. In today's world, these moments often appear on social media within minutes, allowing relatives from far away to join the joy. When the convoy reaches the wedding hall, another tradition takes place. The groom and his family wait at the entrance to welcome the bride. Sometimes, rose petals are gently thrown over her as she steps out. Other times, there is live music and dancing right at the doorway. It is a grand and warm welcome, marking the end of the journey from home and the beginning of the wedding celebration. Part 3. Europe, the bride's journey. In Europe, the bride's journey from her home to the wedding hall is often filled with beauty, tradition, and a sense of celebration. Many European countries have their own customs, passed down for generations. In some rural villages, this journey is not just a simple drive or walk. It is a small parade where neighbors, friends, and relatives join in. People come out of their houses to see the bride, wave to her, and give their blessings. In older times, the bride would walk through the village streets, wearing her wedding dress, with a few women carrying flowers, food, or gifts alongside her. In many parts of Europe, the father plays a special role in this journey. Traditionally, the bride's father escorts her from her home to the church or wedding venue. He often holds her arm, symbolizing that he is giving her away to her new life. This is a very emotional moment. Many fathers feel proud, yet a little sad, knowing their daughter is starting a new chapter. The bride's mother usually makes sure her daughter's dress is perfect and her veil is in place before she steps outside. Sometimes, a final prayer or blessing is given at the door before she leaves. In some countries, music is an important part of this trip. In Greece, for example, musicians might follow the bride, playing traditional wedding tunes as she walks to the ceremony. In the Balkans, the groom's family sometimes comes to collect the bride from her home, with singing and dancing on the street. In England, it is more common to use a decorated car or even a horse-drawn carriage for the bride's arrival. Some couples choose old-fashioned vehicles, like vintage cars, to make the journey extra special. One of the most touching traditions in Europe is the use of flowers. In France and Italy, the streets may be decorated with petals, and children might scatter flowers in front of the bride as she walks. This is believed to bring luck, beauty, and happiness to the marriage. In some parts of Eastern Europe, the bride's friends play small, playful games before letting her leave the house, asking the groom to prove his love or pay a symbolic ransom. These traditions add fun and laughter to the emotional journey. Whether simple or grand, the bride's trip to the wedding hall in Europe is always a moment of great joy, pride, and anticipation. Part 4. East Asia. In East Asia, the bride's journey from her home to the wedding venue is filled with centuries-old customs, delicate symbolism, and family blessings. Each country in this region like China, Japan, and Korea, has its own beautiful way of honoring this special moment. In China, the day begins early. The bride wears a traditional red dress called qipao or cheongsam, decorated with gold embroidery. Red is the color of joy and good luck. Her hair is styled carefully, sometimes with golden phoenix hairpins. Before leaving her home, she bows to her parents to thank them for raising her. Firecrackers may be lit outside to scare away bad spirits. When the groom's party arrives, they face door games, playful challenges set by the bride's friends to test the groom's sincerity. Once the groom wins, the bride is carried in a decorated car or, in older times, a red sedan chair to the wedding location. In Japan, weddings can follow Shinto or modern styles, but the journey still carries meaning. The bride may wear a pure white kimono called shiramuku, symbolizing purity and readiness to join her husband's family. Before leaving her home, her family offers quiet blessings. If the ceremony is Shinto, the bride travels to a shrine with close family. Sometimes the path is decorated with seasonal flowers, and traditional music plays softly. The bride's slow, graceful walk represents calmness and respect for tradition. In Korea, the bride may wear a hanbok, a colorful dress with bright patterns. Before leaving her home, there is a small ceremony where she bows to her parents and receives words of wisdom. Sometimes she holds a folded cloth or pouch, symbolizing good fortune. In older times, the groom would arrive on horseback and the bride would be carried in a wooden palanquin to the wedding site. Today, cars are more common, but families still keep some of these old customs alive. A shared theme across East Asia is the respect for family ties. The bride's departure is never rushed. It is done with careful steps, as if each movement honors the bond between the bride and her parents. Elders may sprinkle rice or flower petals along her path to bless her with fertility and prosperity. Music, whether the beat of Chinese drums, the soft notes of a Japanese flute, or the rhythmic sound of Korean gongs, accompanies her journey. This part of the bride's day is more than travel. It is a bridge between two worlds, the life she is leaving behind and the new life she is about to start. Every bow, every step, and every smile carries history, love, and hope for a happy future. Part 5. The Americas. In the Americas, wedding traditions are a colorful mix of old customs, modern trends, and influences from different cultures. Because the Americas include many countries like the United States, Canada, Brazil, Mexico, and others, each place has its own way of celebrating. However, the bride's journey from home to the wedding venue often carries deep meaning everywhere. In many North and South American weddings, the bride spends her last hours at home with her closest friends and family. It is a time filled with laughter, advice, and sometimes happy tears. In the United States and Canada, it is common for the bride to get ready in a hotel or at home with her bridesmaids. The moment when the bride puts on her dress is often emotional, especially when her parents see her fully ready for the first time. In some traditions, there is a first look, a private moment when the groom sees the bride before the ceremony. But in others, the couple avoids seeing each other until the walk down the aisle. The journey from home or hotel to the wedding hall or church is usually in a decorated car or limousine. But in rural areas, it could be a horse carriage or even a boat. In Latin American countries like Mexico, Colombia, or Brazil, the bride's departure from home can be a bigger community event. Neighbors may gather to watch and give blessings as the bride leaves. Some families play traditional music, and the bride might be escorted by her father or a group of relatives. In Mexico, the Las Arras tradition involves the groom giving the bride 13 gold coins as a promise of care and responsibility. Sometimes this exchange happens right before leaving for the church. In Brazil, samba or other local music styles may play as friends and family cheer for the bride. In many parts of the Americas, the bride's arrival is one of the most anticipated moments of the wedding day. People stand, turn, and watch as she enters the venue, often walking slowly toward the groom. The path from her home to the wedding hall may be short or long, but it is always symbolic. It marks her transition from one stage of life to another. Whether in the quiet elegance of a Canadian chapel, the lively streets of a Mexican town, or the beaches of the Caribbean, the bride's journey remains a moment of beauty, excitement, and love, uniting people from different backgrounds in celebration. And so, from the tearful goodbyes in South Asia to the music-filled streets of the Middle East, from Europe's flower-strewn paths to East Asia's graceful bows, and from the vibrant celebrations of the Americas to the quiet moments of reflection everywhere, the bride's journey is a story the whole world tells in its own voice. Which tradition touched your heart the most? Was it the laughter, the music, the colors, or the quiet, tender moments? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your voice adds to this global story. If this journey moved you, let it travel further. Like this video, share it with someone who loves weddings, and subscribe for more stories that take you around the world and help you discover the beauty of English through them. Because every culture has a story, and every story is worth sharing.